Should I go? Welcome to Mixing Night. I'm your host, a little bit late, Ken Lewis. Thank you for rejoining me here with the lovable hellhound, Mazakeen Lewis, holding down security and treats. Tonight is an action-packed mixing, production, vocals, sprinting, Marcus Mandersoning, beat challenging, obscene stealing. I've got some nice AES New York show recap videos for you. It's going to be a lot of fun. But tonight it's just loaded, totally loaded with vocals, vocal comping, auto-tune, vocal mixing, vocal effects, GreenHAAS, of course on vocals. Of course. You get the idea. Okay. This is a little bit absurd. This week, actually this month, about 3-4 weeks ago, I got my 113th gold record, RIAA gold record for my work on the old Kanye West and Kid Cudi single Welcome to Heartbreak off of 808s. But that's not the crazy part. The crazy part is when I got my 114th gold record, the RIAA gold record, for my work on Taylor Swift's new album Midnights. Holy fucking shit balls, my god. It debuted platinum, #1, occupied all top 13 slots on the Billboard Hot 100 singles charts. That's never been done in the history of ever. It was the biggest album debut in 7 years of any artist, and I've been on the BTS album. It killed him. I played a minor role. Officially, my credit is recording engineer on 3 songs. I'm not the only one. I'll talk more about it later. Small role, but a huge call. Ooh, big call. Mixing Night co-founder Dom Ravinius. He performed some drums on that fucking album on 3 songs, yeah. And Jonathan Garcia got assistant engineer credit on 3 songs, baby. Jonathan Jedi Garcia, damn, you are racking up the credits this year, bro. I also just mixed the single from the new Alicia Keys Christmas album. The Christmas album is called Santa Baby. The single is called December Back to June, which I mixed. It is awesome. I love Alicia so much. And big, huge shout out to Ann Manselli, the Queen of New York. I'll play it for you later. Okay, ear training tonight is 8:45-ish. It's pitches, bitches. I play a perfectly in tune lead vocal, then I fuck it up. Then I play it again, either slightly sharp or slightly flat. Told you, lots of vocals tonight. It's vocal heavy broadcast. Did you all know I'm an artist now in a group called Obscene Steelers? This is true, I swear it. We drop our 3rd single, Losing Game, that's too much, on all streaming services. Please listen, like, and playlist it. One more time. That tremendously helps independent artists. We super appreciate it. Listen, like, and playlist it. That gives us a big algorithmic boost. And already, I got to tell you guys, your help has already pushed the first 2 Obscene Steelers streaming single streaming numbers really, really well. Go see. For a brand new independent artist, we are doing well at streaming. We are playlisting like crazy. Smaller lists, but man, they build. That's how you do it. You got to go one foot in front of the other in this business. So anyway, Losing Game, I'll play it later. I hope you love it. I have had all of the Obscene Steelers singles mastered by Howie Weinberg so far. Yeah, that Howie Weinberg. Yes, that guy. And so tonight, I'm going to play you the Ken Lewis final mix, which I usually try and get as close to mastered as I can. And then I'm going to put that up against the Howie Weinberg Super Masters for 3 singles. Newsflash, skip ahead to the end, his murder mine. He's the king. Anyway, so did you know Mixing Night Audio is making a new plugin? I know it's been too long. This has been a crazy year. But now we are in the phase of almost alpha team, get ready, beta team, get ready, hold your positions. It's awesome. This thing, it's going to make you laugh. It's going to make you cry. It's going to make you dinner. You're just gonna it's fantastic. Definitely continues in the spirit of our first single, GreenHAAS, our first plug-in GreenHAAS from Mixing Night Audio. And you know, this new one has a very gamified feel. Hopefully we can fully announce it in December. Sounds awesome, looks awesome, all the hallmarks of GreenHAAS in our next offering. Whew. And right now I am gonna do a 10-minute sprint mix of Layla Blue's single Company. Layla is actually dropping her brand new single today. It's a different song. It's a song called Jane Doe. So Layla Blue drops Jane Doe today. And but why sprint mixing, Ken? Why? Okay. It's not so you can mix fast and get your work finished quicker. It's the best rough mix that you can possibly do in 10 minutes using randomized mix stems. Working very fast forces you to work, you know, fast on your decision making, rely less on the technology and more on the volume balances between the tracks. You know, balance is like 80% of a mix. So sprint mixing really teaches you instinctively how to strike great volume balances easily without really having to think about it. And I've actually gotten a lot better at mixing just from doing sprints on mixing nights. It's challenged me so much. So it can do the same for you. You know, I just make like 5-6 rapid decisions right in a row, blah, 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 blah. Then I kind of back up and evaluate, take them all in, and adjust. Okay, mixing night, let's go. Boom. You know, one more thing. I wanted to show, I don't know if you guys can see this painting over here in the side issue there, but I may pull it forward later. It is gorgeous. So my wife and I just had our anniversary. Happy anniversary, baby. I love you so much. She got me this original painting by Rob Fannin called Look Up to the Stars. It's like very Dali-esque, and I love Salvador Dali. So I may pull that out and show you guys later. That thing is super awesome. I just wanted to put a quick spotlight on it and tell my wife I love her. So let's get on with the show. This is not the sprint mix, is it? I am going to queue up the sprint mix. Later on I've got the worldwide premiere for Cliff Sims' new single, Might Not Be Enough, which I produced and helped a little bit on the writing, but it was 90% him. Where is the sprint? There it is, Layla Blue Sprint. And so I'm going to world premiere it by playing the actual session. And then you can ask me any questions you want, but I'm going to put a lot of spotlights on different things that I really want to show you. We worked our asses off on that song, and there are so many cool elements that really got brought out of it because we had a lot of time to just have fun and experiment and play around, and I think you guys are going to love that. So I think that's going to be around the 9 o'clock hour that I'm going to show that. So there's going to be a ton of DAW examples tonight. I'm showing vocal comping, vocal mixing, you name it. All right. Now I'm just procrastinating from vocal sprinting. That's what I'm doing. So 10 minutes on the clock. I don't exactly know how to random. Hey, babe girl. Hey, you lay down. Come on. Got to get the hellhound in here. Lay down. Come on. Lay down. Lay down. Down. Good girl. Lay down. Good. Okay. She's such a sweetie. So, yeah, I've been down in Ecuador working at my place down there. I'll show you a little video at the end of the night, just like a time-lapse walk on the beach is amazing. But I was away from Mazzy for 8 days, and then I went to Ecuador, or went to New York City right from Ecuador, and I mean, I was away from the wife, too. I missed her. But Mazzy, oh, she's such a cutie. Dogs are the best. We don't deserve them. All right, Layla Blue, Company. If you haven't heard this song after the show, go stream it along with Jane Doe, her new single, because they're both awesome. She's one of my favorite artists, and this is one of my favorite songs of hers. And you'll understand why in a minute.
my side, late in the night, it's killing my mind. She keeps me company, company. Come back, pleading, come back. She does it without any reason, and the worst part is she doesn't need one, no. And I know that I'll never me. Keep on the lights, don't close your eyes, hard as she tries. She'll never be a friend to me, at least I know she'll never leave. She'll never be a she'll never be a friend to fight with the mirror. I reach out in front, try to stop her, but it cracks. I grab the wheel, try to steer her. It's harder to breathe when I'm near her. I cover my ears, try to block her, and she laughs. What's in my head? What's in my head? I can hear her. She's starting to fight with the mirror. I reach out in front, try to stop her, but it cracks. I grab the wheel, try to steer her.
This is all just this echo boy and the micro pitch shift at half wet. So echo boy, and then it spreads out with micro pitch shift a little bit. Really dope effect. See how it kind of makes her feel like lonely or in her head or like contemplative or something.
What's in my head? I can hear her. She's starting to fight with the mirror.
As if it's the voice in her head. Now dry.
What's in my head? I can hear her. She's starting to fight with the mirror. What's in my head? I can hear her. She's starting to fight with the mirror. I reach out in front, try to stop her, but it cracks. I grab the wheel, try to steer her. It's harder to breathe when I'm near her. I cover my ears, try to block her, and she laughs. What's in my head? I can hear her. She's starting to fight with the mirror. I reach out in front, try to stop her, but it cracks. I grab the wheel, try to steer her. She doesn't need one, no. And I know that I'll never get. I can't deny that I like the fight. At least I got company when she's by my side. Late in the night, it's killing my mind. She keeps me company, company.
This girl back there keeps me company. Mazzy, are you keeping us company tonight for mixing night? Oh, she's such a cutie. All right, back to me.
I can't deny that I like the fight. At least I got company when she's by my side. Let it ride. Sleeping with the enemy, keep on the light. I grab the wheel, try to steer it. It's harder to breathe when I'm near her. I cover my ears, try to block her, and she laughs. Wrapped up in my white silk sheets, sleeping with the enemy, keep on the lights. Close your eyes, hard as she tries. She'll never be a friend to me. At least I know she'll never leave. Holding me tight, I keep her alive. Why? I can't deny that I like the fight. At least when she's by my side. Late in the night, this girl in my mind. She keeps me company. Voice in my head, now she's screaming. She tells me to stop when I'm eating. I put down the fork as she's pleading. She does it without any reason. And the worst part is anyone. No. And I know that I'll never get even. It's a trap. I can't deny that I like the fight. At least I got company when she's by my side. Late in the night, this girl in my mind. She keeps me company. She'll never be a friend to me. At least I know she'll never leave. Holding me tight, I keep her alive. Why? I can't deny that I like the fight. At least I got company when she's by my side. Late in the night, this girl in my mind. She keeps me company. Voice in my head, now she's screaming. She tells me to stop when I'm eating. I put down the fork as she's pleading. Come back. She does it without any reason. And the worst part is she doesn't need one. No. And I know that I'll never get even. It's a trap. I can't deny that I like the fight. At least I got company when she's by my side.
Whew, Layla Blue. She is amazing. Yeah, check out Layla's new single, Jane Doe. I mixed it. She dropped it today. It's a banger. Let's see. I'm going to save that one. Great song company is. All right, what is next on the agenda? Ooh, I need my printed agenda back. Hang on. Let's see. What was I going to do? Some Q&A maybe? I have some questions right here. Maybe if anybody has questions on the chat roll, feed them to me. I'm going to get to a bunch of killer dog examples in a second. Oh, here's a Taylor question right out of the gate. Joe Hogan asks, hey, Ken, which of the 3 Taylor tracks did you enjoy working on and why? All of them, duh. Didn't even know for sure that they were Taylor at the time. Had a guess. We worked on Lavender Haze, Question, and Vigilante shit. What are the key elements that... question 2 is, hey Ken, what are the key elements that get a demo sound up to a professional sound? Time, experience, caring, not overthinking shit, capturing the moment as much as possible. But, you know, when you're in the kind of a creative flow, you just want to capture. But then you also need times of like introspection, like comping and sorting through and weeding out. And that's where kind of my production superpowers come in. You know, I can have an artist throw a ton of ideas at me, then I can send them away and I can sift through the best shit, find it, put it all together, bring them back, play it for them, and they can go like, how'd you do that? Like, oh, I just did. Blah, blah, blah. I'm going to show you guys comping later. Vocal comping on Losing Game. It's amazing. Where are you going, Maz? Come here, babe. Come here. Lay down. You got to lay down, baby. Come on, lay down. Oh, my goodness. She's such a cutie. Ear training tonight is pitches. Where's my agenda? Come on. Okay. Boom. Oh, yeah. So while I'm talking about Taylor Swift, I wanted to send a big congratulations out to Dominic Ravinius and Jonathan Garcia. They are mixing night. Dominic co-founded the show with me and Lori, and Jonathan Garcia has been the Jedi mix assistant around here for over a year now. And they both caught some crazy big credits on Taylor along with me. I got my crazy big credit. So congratulations to both of them. Seeing my name next to your guys' names on a record of that magnitude is really absolutely fantastic. And John, I know that you got credit on the new Alicia Keys the Alicia Keys Christmas album that I did mixing on as well. So congrats on that. I'm gonna pull up Losing Game if I can find it. Boom. So the new Obscene Steelers song. Oh, more questions from the chat roll. Jara asks, Jara, hey Ken, what do you think about vocal presets? It's so popular online right now. Do you use your own vocal presets to mix? Okay, so presets in general. Yeah, sure, I use presets. I almost never use a preset for what the name of the preset is. Preset's a starting point. Or sometimes it's a finish point if you get lucky. You just snap something on and you're like, whoa, that is the coolest shit I ever heard. Never would have thought about that myself. Sounds amazing. Leave it alone. You know, or you scroll through preset. And I do this on GreenHAAS a whole lot. And then I find one that I'm just like, oh, that's the fucking magic. And then I might adjust like the filters or the saturation level or some shit like that. But usually I don't use presets for anything more than scrolling through them until something sounds great. Simmer Music asks, hey Ken, does anyone know if those SSL UF8 faders are motorized? Yes, they are. They most certainly are full moving faders. It feels like I'm on a full analog SSL console, which incidentally, I'm selling my full analog SSL console. So if you really want to be working on a full analog SSL, great mixing desk with 24 mic pre's, get at me. I'm selling my AWS 900 Plus. It is mint. Mr. Morpheus asks, hey Ken, you got rid of your SSL desk? No, it's still for sale. What? Okay. Cool. Good to hear from you, Morpheus. I remember we did that fucking horn break song with you guys. That was a dope fucking record. If it's the one I'm thinking of. R.I.P. Doc Holliday asks, hey Ken, how are you liking your SSL hybrid console versus your board? I love the board for stereo mixing and for tracking. It's incredible, especially for analog tracking, like if bands and shit. 24 are the best mic pre's on the planet. And I used it much more than summing when I'm like stereo mixing on it. So, but you know, these are different, but they're about as close to an analog and, you know, like console feel as you can get on a controller, I think. So there you go. All right. So here is the new Obscene Steelers single, Losing Game. I'm going to play you just like, I'll play like the first minute and a half. And then I'm going to start breaking down super cool shit that I did on this record. And feel free to listen, absorb. I'm going to kind of scroll through it as I go. You can see it's a pretty extensive session we got going on. And all of the backing vocals are in pink. All of the lead vocals are in red. And all of the sound effects are in brown. Guitars in blue, pianos in yellow, synths and strings. Strings are in orange, synths are in green, drums and percussion are in blue, and bass is in purple. So that gives you an idea of what's happening around here. Here's Losing Game, the new single dropped today from Obscene Steelers. Losing Game. We're in it. Okay, so the things that I wanted to show you guys most are, do you see all of these different segments on the lead vocal? Every time you see a new segment, that is a different vocal take that was assembled into one single vocal comp and then edited, adjusted to make sure that the breaths are smooth, there's no clicking and popping between different tracks, and that when you're done, it sounds like the single one-time best time she ever sung it in her whole life. Incidentally, lead vocal on this song is Danielle Starrs. She fucking murdered this song. I'm going to play you the vocal comps in a second, and I'm going to show you how we took takes. Okay, so each of those is a different take. Her on this, let me see. Yeah, so my instruction on the pre-chorus, no, you're keeping what she's stealing, this part. She was kind of belting it the way that she sings the intro. You're only calling. So I needed her to sing as quietly as possible. So I just kept, take after take, was just like, even quieter. And I adjusted the compression levels on her vocal mic so that she could whisper or scream, and her vocal level in her headphones didn't change at all. It didn't feed back. everything was fine, and she could always hear herself no matter how soft or loud she sung. She was always really present right in her head, and she was able to give me this performance because of it, which was, of course, edited together because it's really, really hard to sing super at the edge of your breath with tonality and elegance, and Danielle killed it.
Oh, you're keeping what she's dealing. Don't know why you spin me round. Say you're confused, who you should choose. Go ahead and count.
And do you hear how dynamically the vocal just does this? Like it flatlines, you don't lose any part of it the whole performance. But she goes from and you hear the difference in emotional impact, that jump in intensity and level and all of that. And all of that is capable because she is so reserved on those previous parts. Listen one more time, and I'll move on.
Oh, you're keeping what she's dealing. Don't know why you spin me round.
That's something.
Say you're confused, who you should choose. Go ahead and count me out. I won't be your friend to clear.
You know, I'm going to get right into the vocal comping, then I'm going to come back to this as well, because one of the coolest things that I learned about, I mean, I already knew this, but it helps. Where is the... You can change the feel of a lead vocal performance simply by changing whether or not the auto tune is in chromatic or in the correct major or minor key. It pulls differently, and I will show you the difference in how it pulls in a second. The first thing that I wanted to show you is, okay, this is the lead vocal session for Losing Game. And you can see all of these. Here's where the vocal takes, in my opinion, started locking in, and where I was giving her full takes of the song because she was killing it. And I was, in between each take, I was just giving her like guidance, you know, do this, don't do that. Or if she was in the zone, I was like, you're in the fucking zone, go. And so I felt like it took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 full takes for her to start getting exactly where I thought she needed to be with the whole song. There were pieces of it that I thought were locked in, but, you know, it took a while. So, and then you see I have a hold track that says early above. That's just a quick way for me to remind myself, like, oh, all the takes above this track right here are the previous ones that I didn't think she was locked in yet. So I can always go back to them if I need them or I want to hear them, but they're probably not going to be the main comp takes. And here, and you can see the comp goes, so how many did I have? 8 there, and I have 10 more here. So we did 18 full lead vocal takes of the whole song. And then I think we did spots of different sections. And you can see every time you see a gap, that's where the comp came from for this particular song. So piece 1, piece 2, and you can see this. This is piece 3 and piece 4. Let me see, where is this comp? Yep. Boom. And then here's piece 5, 6. One of these was the piece. And then 7 or 8, who knows? One of those is the main comp, I think. And then it looks like we get more into probably takes that were used down here. This, and then we have a little bit of usage from some of the earlier takes, some of the later takes. All of these are chosen. So how I do this, sorry, I'm a little scattered right now. How I set up for a take, you see all of these chops in between vocals. Okay, I'm going to back up and I'm going to give you a step-by-step. Here's what to do to set up for vocal takes. After you've recorded enough that you think, man, they killed it. I have everything I need. Now it's time to comp. Send them away. Label your shit. Line up all of the faders at the same volume. No plugins. Usually 0 is fine. You see all of these should really be at the same volume. Faders at the same volume. Then I bus them all to one aux 1. Then I treat that aux as if I'm in a mix. And I just listen to one take. Let's listen to this take.
I won't be. I won't be your friend. Feel your conscience. Lay in your bed.
So now I'm listening to raw takes, but this is the dialed in version of all of the raw takes. I'm listening through the aux, and I have already fully mixed it the way I want to hear it. So my ears are like, all right, this sounds like a finished lead vocal to me. It's tuned, it's compressed, it's EQ'd, it's dialed in. Okay, now I want to hear which of these dialed in is the very best. Because if you're comping through auto-tune, you're always hearing what the best version of that take is going to be. And you never have to ask yourself in the moment, I wonder how that's going to be after Melodyne. Or I wonder how that's going to be after auto-tune. Because after Melodyne or auto-tune, it might have a completely different feel, and you don't know. You're just guessing. And the saddest part of that is you're often not picking the best feeling takes because they're either slightly out of tune or slightly something that auto-tune would have automatically corrected. So my chain for running through comping, this is my aux chain. On this song, I kept chromatic, and I'll show you why in a second. Kramer Pie, I love this thing. T-bone. If you don't know what T-bone does, it's a slant or a tilt. So this is like, it centers at 1K. So everything above 1K and up, this is like 20K, and this is like 20 hertz. So that gets boosted, or that this is 20 hertz, and that's 20K. So that's down, this is up, now this is up, and that's down. That's what a tilt does. So this was about right there. And I've got standard distressor, the killer. This new Soundtech EQ from Make Believe Audio. We're giving 3 away tonight. They're Bananasville. This thing, so I have a real outboard Soundtech 5-band MEP250EX stereo mastering. It's not the mastering version, it's the unstepped version of the same circuits. Incredible equalizer. It's been on so many of my mixes. This model's the mastering version of the Soundtech mastering EQ, and just murders it. Sounds incredible. And then a little notching I got going on with the Q6 in trouble spots. The of all times to go, the Sony C800G crapped out right in the middle of the vocal session, and I had sent the fucking new Ericsson Labs EL800. I sent it to Brent so that he could do sessions at his place with it. So I didn't have it, so I ended up cutting vocals on an AKG 451 small diaphragm condenser mic. Great choice in a pinch for lead vocals. Really sounds big and clear and open and crisp. Carries plenty of dynamics. So all of these vocals were cut on an AKG 451 small diaphragm condenser. Oh, here it is. This is the microphone that usually I use this for drums or piano or acoustic guitar or something like that. There it is, if you can get a good view of it. So it's like a front firing mic, so she would be here and the mic is here. And I have a pop filter right in front of it, just like it's a large diaphragm. And that's it. A little bit of low frequency roll off for room rumble. And it captured her beautifully, as you can hear. So I set up, that's how I set up my comping chain. I'm a little scattered tonight. And then you just assemble, like you set a loop. And you gotta, it's a one, see the length, 1 bar. I always set a loop that you can tap your foot to. So this is gonna, I'll play you the, well. Okay, so I'm just gonna loop this and go through, and you can see on the SSL controller when I am switching takes. Here we go. Yep. So as you'll see on, as 2 changes, 2 will change here. See? Boop, 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 boop. All right. And I'm just going to set this loop and listen to each one. See which one I like best.
I won't be your friend. 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 I won't be your friend.
If I had to choose out of these, I would choose lead vocal 10. Clearly, the one that won is not lead vocal 10, so it beat that, even that one. So, but that's basically the process. If you're kind of paying attention to what I'm doing, I'm auditioning. I'm leaving my brain as little to think about as possible other than the vocal while I'm in the moment comping. So as I'm going through switching, as little brain power as possible is focused on, hey, Maz, you want to lay down? Lay down. Lay down. As little brain power as possible is focused on what I'm doing here, and as much as possible is focused on what's coming out of the speakers. And anytime I hear a vocal that I really like, I just hit the select and it marks it, and I just go like, just temporarily. It's like a hold button, you know, and I'm just like, oh, okay, that one's good. And then I go through and I listen to, and say like, okay, well, lead vocal 10, I remember I liked lead vocal 4. So let me audition between lead vocal and 10 and lead vocal 4. Those were my 2 favorites. And let me just play those again so you can hear.
I won't be your friend. 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 I won't be your friend.
And if you are paying attention, you hear the complete difference in attitude and rhythm and delivery of those 2 vocal lines. And those are my 2 favorite to choose from. So now I'm at a crossroads as a producer. Do I go, okay, well, do I want this attitude or do I want that attitude? Do I want it to feel like this or do I want it to feel like that? And that's all personal choices. That is all just whatever you think is going to be the best thing that works for that song. And it's all a guessing game and putting together puzzle pieces until, you know, you have the entire puzzle put together. And then you listen to the final comp, which is this. Yeah, this is the final comp.
I won't be your friend. To clear your conscience, lay in your bed and feel the blame. I know how this ends, know how the rules bend, and you're the king of saving face.
So, Primitivo asks, hey Ken, what is that spaceship looking thing between your speakers? That thing, you mean the Death Star? Especially with the backdrop of these rugs that I have behind it, it really looks super Death Starish right now. This is Sing, the speaker company is called Sing, S-Y-N-G. It's a Sing Cell Alpha. Apparently, one can do stereo. I don't love a single one for stereo. I haven't tried 2 yet, so I'm borrowing a pair of them for like 30 days. Apparently, they are amazeballs. I will report back to you in 30 days whether I like them. Allegedly, they also do 714 with only 5 spheres. Some super voodoo going on. So we're going to try the Sings out this month and just get a temperature check on them, see if we love them. So thanks for lending them to me, Sing. I appreciate it. Let's see, vocal comping. So after I have a full comp, okay, when I was comping this record particularly, the thing that I super noticed when I was comping the lead vocal is that there is a huge difference in feel. These are small changes, but huge in the grand scheme of a full song, of the difference in how auto-tune was pulling in chromatic and how auto-tune was pulling in F major. So F chromatic, which is just tries to pull it to the closest note, whether it's in the key, in the proper key or out of the proper key. It doesn't care. It's just trying to get it to the closest note. Whereas F major, it's trying to get it to the closest note in the F major scale. Much different, and it can pull much harder and much more severely in one way or the other. Usually I use it in major key because I find it just tunes more naturally. But a song like this has such a bend and lilt to it that you want it to be, I want to be your friend to peel your conscience, stay in your bed. There's all this slurry stuff, so you don't want to lose the magic of the slurry. So the magic of the slurry. Okay. The magic of the iced coffee, for sure, for sure. Okay, so listen to this vocal. I think it's this verse I wanted to check.
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Lay in your bed and feel the blame.
It's really, I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. Listen to, you just got to watch when I move it from major to chromatic. Chromatic has this really lilty bend to it that is awesome, and major pulls it more stair-stepped, and it just loses something in the stair-steppiness. And sometimes you just got to be really careful with auto-tune and listen, because most of the time I would have it in major. This time I just listened and I was like, chromatic's pulling it better. So
I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience. I won't be your friend to clear your conscience.
hear how it just bends slower up to that right now? For whatever reason, it just sounds much more musical with these slower bend notes. So word to the wise, next time you're auto-tuning stuff. But definitely try auto-tune when you vocal comp. Listen through auto-tune and make your decisions, because it really gives you the best representation of what that vocal can be. All right, what else did I want to show? I'll pick back up on this if I have more time later. Oh, the AES recap. So I was just down in Ecuador for 8 days, and then jetted off to New York City for 2 days for the New York City AES Audio Engineering Society convention at the Jacob Javits Center in New York City. Honestly, like, it felt to me like corporate for corporate people on the main floor of the, where you walk around and see everybody's booths and everything. There was definitely some dope booths. Like SSL had a great booth there. Odyssey had a cool booth. New Gen, I talked to them for a while. There was spot things here and there. But most of the floor was like corporate people selling shit to other corporations. So, not really much for us. But my favorite room was the Neumann Immersive Room, which was just incredible. So anyway, if you guys want to roll the AES recap, you can see how it went. Maybe you see yourself on it. All right, I just got into AES finally after about an hour and gone.
This the moment I was born for. Running on a long road. Who can stop me? Only Lord knows. Only Lord knows it's the alpha. Faith that can move mountains. If you ever try to doubt him, you already know the outcome. What you thought it was, man, it's time. I am the one. They about to see that I'm second to none. I'm on the run. How can I stop when we only begun? I see an army circling round, top of your lungs. Go let it out. Blowing the horn, let the trumpet sound. Put up your walls, we tearing them down.
AES, baby, New York.
I'm with Sam Winter of Five Towns College.
Shout out Five Towns College, best college on Long Island.
Didn't you say in New York? What? On the East Coast? Are you kidding? That's Tony Maserati and Andrew Sheps just strolling by. We got Lagil and Vadim from the Ukraine. Mixing night. Remember, you saw these guys here. They are trendsetters. I'm at the Mix with the Masters with Jason Joshua, Dave Pensato, Michael Brower, Alex Toomey, Dexter Simmons, and Young Guru. Oh, what the
Thinking about who the artist is, thinking about if I've heard anything else off the album.
ridiculous.
Danger, danger, danger.
All right, I'm here with Alexander Whitaker, Mixing Night. Give him a big shout out.
I'm with the God right here. If it comes to mixing, he's taught me before anyone on YouTube.
This is the view from Quad Studios. Are you fucking kidding? That's Times Square.
It's coming down. It's coming down. Danger.
Times Square during AES, baby. This is the best place on earth. Imagine, getting out of a session at like 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the morning, 6, sometimes 8, 10. That was my life for the longest time in New York City. Came up as a tracking engineer, then kind of evolved into a mix engineer, then, added production and sample recreation and arranging and performing and blah. So, and this city has always been the lifeblood. Man, the energy here, if you've never been to New York City, you just gotta come here and like walk around and experience it, and you'll know. That's, I can tell you about it, but being here is something different. So back being, it's great being here for AES. It's been an amazing, holy shit. The booths were okay, but man, the people here, wow. Our industry just has some real titans, and I got to meet and interact with a lot of them this time, and I just felt like it was such an amazing learning experience, and got to reconnect with a bunch of friends. So, I had a great time. I'm going to be back next year, so if you're around AES next year, come find me. All right, so AES was a blast, as you can see. Yeah, I had some fun. So I should have mentioned this before. Did you notice the completely blonde eyebrows on me? Oh my God. So I spent 8 days down at my place in Ecuador on the beach, and fucking my eyelids blonded right up. So that was cracking me up every time I was doing interviews. I was like, whoa. I'm going to go to ear training next. Actually, I'm going to field one question from Kelly. I love this question. Kelly asks, hey, Ken, do you have thoughts on vocalist distance from the mic? Techniques for finding the sweet spot with loud and soft vocalists. Blah. So I use the C800 on everybody. It always works. It's the most reliable thing ever. And I get the vocals dialed in before the artist gets there. I put the headphones on, I put the microphone up, I dial in the whole chain before I ever put the vocalist behind the mic. I sing myself. If it's going to be a soft song, I sing soft. If it's going to be a loud song, I belt, I scream, I whatever. If it's a range, I find whatever level it's going to have to be to get me through that range. All of that before the artist even thinks about walking into the studio door. And when they're ready to sing, they put the headphones on, I hit record, they are hearing a great rough mix in their headphones, their voice is balanced perfectly, it's compressed perfectly, it's right on top, they never lose it, it never blows their hearing out, it never sinks down into the music, and they can feel like they're singing on a final finished record in the moment. And that really, really helps in helping to capture a great vocal performance, because the job one of capturing a great vocal performance is put the vocalist in a great headspace. The vibe of whatever that song needs, whatever the mood is, you got to create it or help them find it. And once they're in that zone, let them go and just do them, and nudge them in different directions as needed. So that's usually how I work. Let's see. Ear training. Oh, speaking of vocals, ear training tonight is Pitches Bitches. If I can ever find it. Oh, man, my eyes are just donezo. Boom. Okay, so it's really sharps and flats. Pitches, bitches is just, you know, clever-ish. So I play you. Now this is losing game again, by the way. Obscene Steelers. It's my group, Obscene Steelers. Me and Michael Moss. Okay, so what I'm doing, you can see loop, repeat, loop, repeat. This is all one line. So you're going to hear perfect tune, out of tune. Perfect tune, out of tune. That's one. Then 2. Perfect tune, out of tune. Perfect tune, out of tune. 3. Perfect. You get the whole. You get it, okay? So it's going to count you through it. You've got to hear the in-tune vocal, and then you've got to determine, oh, by the way, sorry, let me back up. Ear training tonight. The sheet for ear training is in the description of the video you are watching right now. It's right down there. Just go click, open it up. It's a PDF. It helps you guide along and has 12 slots for 12 answers, and then, you know, keeps you on track, gives you instructions, the whole 9 yards. So the PDF is in the description. Get it. Okay, 12 examples. You'll hear me counting off each one. And you just got to tell if it's a little bit sharp or a little bit flat. It's not going to, this is always going to be the same sharp or flat, same sharp or flat. It's not going to trick you on the second repeat. And also, one of the 12 has no pitch change at all. So 11 of the 12, it's either going to be sharp or flat. One of them is no change. Are you ready? This is to tune up your ears after you hear 1. After you hear that, you'll be in it. But this is to just tune your ears up, and then let's go. 2 listens through, and then the reveal.
Know you're keeping what she's dealing. Don't know how you spin me round. Say you're confused, who you should choose. Go ahead and count me out.
1.
I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend.
2.
To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience.
3.
Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame.
4.
I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends.
5.
Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend.
6.
And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face.
7.
Know you're keeping. Know you're keeping. Know you're keeping. Know you're keeping.
8.
What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing.
9.
Don't know how you spin me round. Don't know how you spin me round. Don't know how you spin me round. Don't know how you spin me round.
10.
Say you're confused.
11.
Who you should choose, who you should choose, who you should choose, who you should choose.
12.
Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out.
One more through, and then the reveal. One more through, and then the reveal.
1.
I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend.
2.
To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience.
3.
Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame.
4.
I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends.
5.
Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend.
6.
And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face.
7.
No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping.
8.
What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing.
9.
Don't know why you spin me round. Don't know why you spin me round. Don't know why you spin me round. Don't know why you spin me round.
10.
Say you're confused. Say you're confused. Say you're confused. Say you're confused.
11.
Who you should choose. Who you should choose. Who you should choose. Who you should choose.
12.
Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out.
Was getting some coffee. Now the big reveal. If you guys can put the answer sheet up on the screen, I'm just gonna play the in tune to the out of tune one time and skip through it so we can save a little bit of time. Here is number 1. I don't even know where's hang on, let me get my own answer key. Boom. Number 1 is sharp.
I won't be your friend. I won't be your friend.
Number 2 is sharp.
To clear your conscience. To clear your conscience.
3 is flat.
3.
Lay in your bed and feel the blame. Lay in your bed and feel the blame.
4 is sharp.
4.
I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends. I know how this ends.
5 is flat.
5.
Know how the rules bend. Know how the rules bend. No.
6 is flat.
6.
And you're the king of saving face. And you're the king of saving face.
7,
No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping. No, you're keeping.
8,
8 is no pitch change at all. Who got that one right? Post up on the chat roll right now. I want to know who got number 8, no pitch change.
8,
What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing. What she's dealing.
9,
9 is sharp.
9,
Don't know why you spin me round. Don't know why you spin me round.
10 is flat.
10,
Say you're confused. Say you're confused. Say
See, it's just a little depressing. Say you're confused. I'm a little flat too. Yep. And then 11 is flat.
11,
who you should choose. Who you should choose. Who you...
I think sharp sometimes feels like a little excited, like a little too overexcited or a little too anxious, and flat feels a little depressed or sleepy, or so, I don't know. That's kind of how I see it sometimes.
12,
12 is sharp.
12,
Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead and count me out. Go ahead.
Kind of sharp things make you kind of want to stand on your tiptoes and kind of reach for them. I don't know. Flat things make you kind of slouch a little bit. All right, that's your training for you. All right, who got 12 right? Who got them all? Post up your results on the chat roll right now. If you're restreaming this, post your results on the comments right now, and tell me if you're restreaming this that you did not do the ear training. Come on, that's like the best part of the show. All right. I wonder if any of the 5 townspeople are on the broadcast, and if they threw down on ear training. Kind of surprises me none of the colleges like throw down on mixing night ear training. I would think it would be like a pride competition. All right, from the chat roll, Ben Kruger asks, "Hey Ken, you talked about mentoring Dom Ravinius early on. Now he's just a business partner and friend and killer. And you have a few mixed critiques per that song that it took to the next level. Do you notice a pattern in advice that you give good mixers? Yeah, taking good. Okay, your advice is, sorry. Ben Kruger's question is, hey Ken, do you notice a pattern in advice you give that helps good mixers become great mixers? Yes, sprint mixing. I harp on it constantly. Nobody believes me. I give you the recipe. It's made me a better mixer. Mixing is about, first off, balance. And then it's about the ability to let your brain go of all of the minutia that it's trying to focus on in the moment, and allowing yourself to hear what's coming out of the two speakers as a song, as a collection, as one thing, a collection of everything that you're hearing. And you can kick back and just hear it as a song, as if the listener is hearing it for the first time. And that's a perspective that takes years to develop, at least it did for me. But the ability to do that is everything with top-level mixing, I think. It's the ability to just ask yourself, what does the song need, without asking yourself about frequencies and ratios and panning laws and all of this crazy shit that never enters my brain. I try to be a complete dummy when I'm mixing. Turn the tech brain off. I know all the tech, so it's easy for me to turn it off. Maybe you still need to learn the tech before you can turn it off. I totally get that. And there is a lot of validity to that. You do need to kind of learn the tech so that you can just reach for it when you need. But the kind of the top tier goal for mixing is, there's only a few reasons why I would ever reach for a plugin. One, I know exactly what plugin I want. I know exactly what I intend to do with it. And I have a pretty good picture in my mind of what the end result is going to look like on that plugin. It's never going to be exactly that, but I know I'm going to carve here and I'm going to boost there and I'm going to carve there. And the second way I use a plugin is just fishing, and that's the kind of the presets approach. You know, get like a dope presets box like GreenHAAS or like Waves Kaleidoscopes is a dope one for that. You just preset. Oh, that one is fucking dope. Damn. Okay, that's gonna be saved. LV preset 1. Okay. Next preset. And you're just listening as you're scrolling through presets, and you just catalog. You know, there have been times where I've cataloged like the 3 or 4 best presets and gone back to them and then picked like my favorite of the ones. That's kind of how you narrow shit down. Okay, I'm gonna move on to what's next on ear training. Oh, hey, so if the control room can queue up, I just want to play like a minute of the Alicia Keys December Back to June Christmas single that I mixed for her new Christmas album, Santa Baby. And somehow I caught the single. Thank you, Alicia Keys, and super huge thank you and shout out to Ann Manselli, owner of Jungle City, which is the fucking best studio in New York City. Alicia's studio is right next door. And Ann is all things Alicia, and it's great working with those two on this. Such an honor. So play December Back to June. Back to June. Oh, man, it was so much fun mixing that song. And at AES, if you saw the immersive room footage from the Neumann room, that was I was in there for the panels by Eric Schilling and Michael Romanowski, who are both like kings of immersive, ridiculous. And so they did the immersive mixing and mastering on December Back to June, based on my stereo stems. Love their work, just incredible. What an honor to be able to work with all of these just highest level talents. Okay, so I'm gonna give you a look behind the mastering curtain. And so what I've done is I've this is all Obscene Steelers singles: Danger, Side Effects, and the one that we dropped today, Losing Game, all mastered by Howie Weinberg. Look, people, if you don't know who Howie Weinberg is, just Google him right now. He is like the GOAT of mastering engineers, and a good friend. And just the thing I like best about Howie's mastering is he is so incredibly musical, and it just always brings things out of my mixes that I'm just like, what? Why didn't I find that? Shit. So, okay. So here's the Danger. I'm going to start off with our first single, Danger. I'm going to start with my mix, and then you'll see me, and it'll probably get louder too, and it'll switch to the Danger master. See that? Okay. My mix, master. When you hear the slight volume jump, you'll know.
Yo, this the moment I was born for. Running on a long road. Who can stop me? Only Lord knows. Only Lord knows it's the alpha. Faith that can move mountains. If you ever try to doubt it, you already know the outcome. What you thought it was, man, it's time. I am the one. They about to see that I'm second to none. I'm on the run. How can I stop when we only begun? See an army circling round, top of your lungs. Go let it out. Blowing the horn, let the trumpet sound. Put up your walls, we tearing them down. Jericho, danger, danger, danger. It's coming down. Jericho, danger, danger.
He just gets this wall of sound. I don't really understand how he does it. This one is significantly bigger. This is Side Effects. We'll start with my paltry little master.
Unintended consequence of loving with abandon. Reckless choices made without a hint of inhibition. Yeah. Shot to the heart like a needle, always under my skin. When you pull out, I miss the pain until you push back in. I'm powerless to the side effects of your love. There's no cure in this, the side effects of your love. You're in my veins, so high I can't come down. I overdose when I can't. Yeah, the flood can be too much. I'm underwater, under you now.
Do you guys hear how even in the choruses that I really tried to max out, his is just bigger and more present, but it doesn't feel like flatline to me. It clearly is a bit, but the musicality is still there, and that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for the song to still hit me the way I wrote and produced the song, and with my village, of course. And so when I hear the master, louder is not necessarily the goal. The goal is the biggest version of that song that represents that song the best. And Howie's acing that shit. Listen to the outro one more time. This is a beautiful outro. Now, how he's getting there, I don't really know. How he does have a mastering plugin through, I think, Acoustica Audio. I think I've got it here somewhere. But it shows his whole mastering desk, so you can probably recreate what he did if you're patient enough. But, you know, it's a combination of probably compression and limiting and mid-side equalization and LR equalization or LR equalization. You know, you don't do the same thing twice on every master. You kind of listen. You ask yourself, what does the song need? And then you only do that. That should be it. Okay. I'm going to just compare Losing Game a little bit, and then I'm going to move right along. If you guys got questions, fire away on the chat board. Brian Pepin asks, who did artwork for the album? Let me see if I can get this information for you, because I love these guys. It's Vincent Van Gill. Sorry, I know I'm not going to remember this. Vincent Van Gill and Chris Morgan. And hopefully I have them tagged somewhere. If not, I'm going to have to tag them somewhere. They're truly incredible. They did the artwork for Side Effects. Now they did Losing Game. I'm probably going to have them do the next cover. And if it's the song, I think it's going to be Bananas. Man, Obscene Steelers is really stacked with some incredible stuff. All right, let me play a little bit of Losing Game mastering before and after. This is my mix against Howie Weinberg's master. Feel it just feels more exciting. The master version, even against my Ken Lewis final master, it just feels more exciting. And you know, it's tough when you're like, well, how the hell do I compete with? Well, you know, that's get Howie. Yeah, one more time on the intro. Listen to the beauty of just how forward and big it is. So, you know, mastering can make a small difference. It can make a gigantic difference. It can save your ass. You know, you can deliver a way over compressed mix to mastering and they can't help you at all. So, you know, it's a real crapshoot, you know, with mastering engineers. But when you find great ones, like some of my favorites, Chris Geringer at Sterling is amazing. Chris Athens at Chris Athens Mastering is the GOAT. Who do I really like? Andy Krem at indiemastering.net is amazing. There's a blue gazillion. And for immersive, Justin Gray up in Toronto is fucking GOAT up there. All right, what is next? Anybody got any mastering questions? MBI asks, hey Ken, can you null test them to hear the difference between yours and the master? I don't really think it's relevant because I guess it would probably only be master, but you're only hearing like little bits. I would rather know what my brain perceives differently about them as a listener. I think that's crucially more important. Ear training. Sam Champagne and Angela Patrice both got 100% on the ear training. Well done, ladies. Well done. I guess, yeah, let me see if I can null test them. We'll null test side effects. He just means flip one side out of phase, or one mix completely out of phase with the other so that you're only hearing the differences between the two mixes as opposed to the, where is trim? Here's trim. All right.
Miss the pain until you.
You know, it's also unfair because reverb doesn't really null. So a lot of this swimmy effect kind of stuff is just layer on layer. It doesn't really cancel. All of the actual hard audio stuff is all canceling, minus a little bit. But anyway, okay, so that's a null test. I'm going to move on. What is after mastering? Let's get to the beat challenge. We are giving away 3 of those Soundtech EQs tonight from Make Believe Audio. I have my own Soundtech. The Make Believes are actually the truth of the matter is the guy who designed the Soundtech is a guy named Burgess McNeil. He co-invented parametric equalization along with George Massenburg. George Massenburg worked for Burgess. So that's how that happened. And Burgess founded Soundtech. I have a great outboard Soundtech mastering EQ. Sounds incredible. Make Believe Audio just worked with Burgess to model this one and killed it. So 3 people win, the top 3 winners tonight. Each win the Soundtech mastering EQ, and the overall winner also gets a critique of basically whatever you want from me. So a little sweetening deal on top of the pie. So we asked you to use a starter that actually Dom Ravinius, recent performer on Taylor Swift, cooked up for you guys. And I'm going to play you the starter, and then we're right into everybody took this beat challenge in like 20 gazillion different directions. It's going to kick it off with This Is Torch after the starter. Here's a starter. That's what we gave you, and this is Torch. Are you kidding me right now? Angela Patrice, welcome back. Still Angela. Angela alter ego. Tobogo. Ben Kruger. Josh S. Of course. Pandering. MBI. Mitchell Drix. Wednesday, Anne. She just released an EP of Mixing Night Beats. The fingers on the beat.
Please listen carefully.
Joe Hogan. Rain. You know this is Jamie Scott Heatley. No way.
Cause I'm high on your love. I'm high on your love.
Bobby Thimgen. What? Brian Pepin and Blaze. And your third place winner is Kev J. Second place, Kevin. Jason Lee. Kevin Lee's the winner. Jason Lee, second place, brother. Congratulations, Jason. And our winner, Chris Sherrod. Congrats, Chris. You get a Soundtech EQ along with Jason Lee and Kev J.
All my niggas do is smoke loud. That fire pack. She on with my side bitch right now. Yeah, she's fine with it. If you go with my A, you can hang with his baby, but you cannot stay. Sing to the pussy, I think I'm Drake. I told her throw it back for a real nigga with K. No cosign, she was on my dick for real. She Beyonce, do you wanna sign the deal? Niggas that I roll with, they shoot to kill. Big nigga with the heat, you would think I should kill. Yeah, I'm good in the hood, believe me. Niggas know I had the snow, must have thought I was Jeezy.
Yo, Chris went in. I'm impressed. He like multiple verses, full arrangement, hooks, posts, pre's. Dope work, dude. Really excellent work. Well done. And you're the winner. Congratulations. What is after the beat challenge? Hey, can we run those quick AES interviews? So I had to catch up with a few of my old friends while I was at the AES show. Here are some super valuable insights, and then just a couple shout outs to my friends and some super hilarious stories. Roll tape.
Hey, I'm here with Chris Behrens from Odyssey. They make the best headphones I've ever heard. I got 2 pairs of the LCD XCs, and he just played me the Carbon, so oh my god. All right, Chris, shout out to you guys. Odyssey, I love you. Thanks again. All right, happy mixing night.
If in talking about this idea of what might bring Atmos to consumers, we're talking about the idea of concerts, but my point was if you're able to stream multiple tracks, real-time live, high quality, there's no reason you couldn't send a stereo mix of 8 channels and you pull down one of the faders and now you can play guitar live with, you know, Radiohead playing. You could even have it send back the audio that you played, and then if there's 20,000 people, we're not going to have an assistant sort through 20,000 tracks, so we'll have AI pick the best takes, and now you're on the next Radiohead live album.
All right, I'm here with one of my dearest friends, Dave Crafa, owner of the Cutting Room Studios in New York City, a place that I did my first freelance gigs out of. Yeah. I came up, I did a ton of your sessions.
Crazy stories.
Worked a shit ton of records on 678 Broadway.
Yep, we had some good parties.
Oh man, great parties. Almost got Emily Lazar killed one night. Love you, Emily.
Oh, yeah, that was where we broke into the pool.
Yeah, she fell off a fence that we were climbing over.
Only 36 stories high.
What could happen? What could happen?
Yeah, well, we're opening a new facility. We dedicate to mostly music and Atmos, and nice. We're going to be doing all of our post work on 4th Street, the old Tower Records, the former Tower Records building.
Oh my God, really?
Yeah.
I've been in that so many times.
Yeah.
All right.
27 years, baby.
I'm jealous. I know, jeez. Dude, it's great to see you again. Dave Crafa of the Cutting Room. Good to see you, my friend. Happy mixing night. All right, I'm here with Justin Gray, one of the kings of immersive in Toronto, Canada. Justin, can you tell us anything about what we just saw in the immersive room?
Yeah, I mean, I think the biggest part here was that we had community, right? Everyone from various parts of North America and the world coming together, sharing mixes, talking about it, sharing aesthetics. And I think that's one of the biggest parts of this stage in immersive audio is it's not going to succeed on one person's approach. Yeah. And the pantheon of stereo music, we've shared, we've learned, we study each other's mixes, each other's masters. It just keeps pushing the quality of the experience up and up and up. And so this is one of those moments, those pivotal moments for everybody who got to be here, of just sharing, listening, being moved by each other's music, having new ideas, and we just keep moving forward together.
Yeah, I feel like everybody here just wants everybody to get even better at what we're all doing.
The idea that all ships rise, right? Yeah. All ships rise. So to me, it's just an honor to get to listen, to get to meet new people and to talk about the format.
You heard it from Justin Gray. All right, there's your immersive tip of the day. Man, I just had such a great time at AES. It was really unexpected, but so many of the people there, I wish I could have gotten them all on camera. There's dozens of people that I interacted with and ran into and partied with and talked to and listened with and just had the best time. So shout out to everybody that I connected with there. I want to get straight to the Cliff Sims Might Not Be Enough single world premiere. Okay, the for reals is... the song drops Friday on all services. Cliff Sims, Might Not Be Enough. Pre-save it. I think it's out there to pre-save. So I produced the song. I did a little co-writing on it. It was mostly Cliff. I just helped touch up the lyrics here and there. He brought me a piano vocal demo and I turned it into this with him. We had the ability to get really adventurous with it and just try a bunch of crazy ideas. I really want to point out some cool, clever shit that we did on this that I think really helped bring the production of the song super to life. And uh-oh, I feel like something might have gone wrong with the broadcast. And okay, well, unless I hear otherwise, I'm just gonna go. So might not be enough. The other thing that you need to know about Cliff Sims is that Cliff is a former deputy director of the Central Intelligence Agency. He was number 2 at the CIA. I won't tell you all the other stuff about Cliff. He's like, I call Cliff Forrest Gump, especially since he's from Birmingham, Alabama. So Cliff is like, I'm Walter Mitty and he's Forrest Gump. And when you learn about his life, you completely understand why. He is an enigma, a talent unparalleled in so many different directions. And this might not be enough. Just a stunning song.
Hope is a powerful thing. It leads men to fall in love with their dreams. But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they free the angels, simply carving stone. So would I give all I have for what I love, knowing that all I have might not be enough? Faith is a paralyzed thing. Blindly they trust in the great unseen. I said forever, ever, and you believe these lies with a lion's heart under blood blue sky. So will I give all I have for what I love, knowing that all I have might not be enough? And will I give all I have for what I love, knowing that all I have might not be enough? I stare up at the stars hoping you show your face, watching over me behind the canopy. It's been so long since I have even been back home. Surrounded every minute, never felt so alone. When all I ever need is staring back at me, consumed by every thought, 'cause you are all I want.
This song. Powerful. Whew. To me, that's like Louis Capaldi, Dermot Kennedy, right in that lane. And I think that's what we're going for, style-wise, delivery-wise. Again, this started with just his upright piano and him singing into his iPhone. And I wonder if I had thought of it, I'd have put that into here. Because it was chicken scratch lyrics, and it was like he had this first verse that was written kind of a lot more seriously and esoterically, and I didn't feel like as a listener that I could really connect with it in any way and get from it the hidden meanings that meant so deeply to him why he wrote those lyrics. And, and he and I were back and forth, and I was like, but you lose me for like 15 seconds because this doesn't connect to me at all. So, trust me, the rest of his lyric is so massively connective. It's just, what a brilliant piece of work. Like, I felt like we couldn't just let it, the verses be B pluses or A minuses. They had to be great. So I think we changed this poem verse. Hang on. The dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they free the angels. Simply carving stone.
But the dreamers of the day are dangerous men, for they free the angels. Simply carving stone. So would I give up?
That's a Michelangelo quote. And of course, to free the angels, I put Cassidy Ladin is doing all of the brilliant backgrounds on this song. She did the full choir, which I stacked into like 20 tracks of probably 10 different notes, and blended them and all sorts of stuff. And this is the comp of the Free the Angels choir.
Free the angels.
And you'll notice this is a full comp. I probably didn't even do anything to it on this particular session. Come on, Ken. How do I grab? Okay, it's not moving. Here we go. Let me see if I actually even did anything to it on this particular session. No. See, all of that reverb and blend and everything is a comp from... Basically, I would take a 2-track of everything but background vocals, cut all of the background vocals in one session to a 2-track, comp and blend all of those backgrounds to be exactly what I need, and then re-import the 2-track from the comp session and the new vocal blend, just the 2-track of the vocal blend, back into the main stereo mix, which is here. And I re-import the 2-track of the music to make absolutely certain that the session I am importing it from aligns absolutely perfectly with the session I am importing it to. So you tie the alignment instrumental from the comp session and the backing vocal comp together as a grouped pair, so they always move together, and then you find where that instrumental perfectly aligns with the instrumental from the full breakout of the song, which sometimes is exactly correct as it comes in, and sometimes is 20 ticks off, and your vocal is going to drag the entire performance because you didn't check it, and that 20 ticks is going to make it feel just late enough that the fan who's trying to attach to it just can't figure out what about it isn't really sitting right with them. And boy, that few, 30 milliseconds, 50 milliseconds is all the difference in the world. And that's all because you didn't align your imported, and this goes for lead vocal comps. Anytime you pull one session into another, you must make certain that all of your tracks align. And I always use music tracks to do that whenever possible. Pro tip. Okay. The other thing Oh, the pianos on this were so much fun. So I gave away my grand piano, which because I had to build a studio and had no room for it. But I gave it to Wayne Martin, so it went to great family. So this was cut on my grand, and we did 2 basic takes. When we got a full chords take, you know, all the chords doing everything that they wanted, then I told Cliff, you know, we high sticked the lid on it, and I told Cliff, don't play the keys, just play the strings and just have fun with the shit and just see what happens. So this is what happened. The top one is the having fun playing shit, and the bottom one is the chords.
Hope is a powerful.
That's literally Cliff in headphones with his arm over the piano during the take, and just he's probably muting some of the piano strings, and he's pluck, 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 and he's just plucking around the live baby grand piano. That's what you're hearing.
Each man to fall. A dangerous. Simply carving stone. So what I give. And that all I have might not be enough. Faith is a.
Well, that's a really gorgeous reverb on that. Is that? I think I imported that. See, I do a lot of. That's probably I had a piano comp session that we only focused on recording piano all day. That's exactly what happened. I remember it now. It's coming back to me. Here's one more piano section that I wanted to play. This is really cool.
It's been so long since I have even been back home. Watching over me behind the counter.
And all of that happened just because we took a lot of time and just really enjoyed the process. And then I didn't trouble him with sorting through everything. I let him go away, and then I sorted through, you know, hours and hours of takes and just found the magic and put it all together and was like, but you have to understand that sometimes in major label land, records come together really fast. And they just click and they and done. Most of the time, records are a really laborious, long process that you just take a lot of care and a lot of slow listening and a lot of, you know, just working until you finally feel like, wow, we did it. We fucking did it. And, you know, it took a long time with this record, but man, we fucking did it. So one of the things, you know, I was talking about with the Danielle Starr's lead vocal performance on Losing Game, which was magical. Cliff, first off, this was the first song that I produced with Cliff. I hope he doesn't mind me outing him right now. It's the first song that I produced for Cliff. And when I did, he tells me, he's like, look, man, I don't even know if I can sing this. He's like, man, I haven't been in the studio for a while. I'm just like, I don't even know if I don't know if you're going to be happy with my vocal performances. And I love hearing that before an artist gets into the studio with me, when I know what I can bring out of an artist, because to me, that's like a gift. That's just the artist going like, here, I don't know what talents I have, and I don't even, well, you figure it out. So I'm just like, okay, I know what talents he has. And I'm like, Cliff, don't worry. This is going to be amazing. So job one from day one, from the start, was to make Cliff Sims believe that he could deliver an incredible vocal performance, of which I have always known him capable of doing. And when he got into my studio, it was my main job to put him in that zone. One of my favorite parts of this record is the bridge where he's talking about, so he used to work in the White House, and he was a senior aide to the president. And you can imagine you don't see your family for days at a time. Sometimes you're traveling, countries around the world, and your life is not your own for as long as that job has you. So keep that in mind as you're hearing this. When Cliff sent this to me, and even his first 5-7 takes of Might Not Be Enough, they were really reserved. They were just kind of standard, karaoke takes. And then I had to push the emotion out of him gradually. So listen to the fucking emotion that he finally delivered. And also listen to the difference in effects of how I changed this up from dry vocal to really wet vocal to kind of manage to whispery to shouting to, you'll see. And this is all comped together, but it was just getting him in the headspace to be able to deliver the emotion of why he wrote the song.
I stare up at the stars hoping to show your face, watching over me behind the canopy. It's been so long since I have even been back home. Surrounded every minute, never felt so alone.
All real.
When all I ever need is staring back at me, consume my every thought, 'cause you are all I want.
And then the contrast of ending that on just the most whisper soft message directly back to his wife, you're all I want. And then the explosion of the it's all just this, to roller coaster you.
You are all I want.
It is really amazing what you can do with one person and a lot of takes. Yeah, Cassidy is brilliant on this song. Let's see. The main other thing that I wanted to show you, I'm running a little late on time. I know we started late, but how I mixed the piano was probably the Kush Audio UBK1 on Splat. It just grabs pianos in a really great way. A little goes a long way. Let's see. Oh, the thing. So check out these 808s. So where's the hook? See the 808s in the hook here and the 808s in the hook here. They're double timed here. So during the that's when they start double timing. So the 808 is slow here and then gets more aggressive in the ending. A lot of things in the ending build over time. You see the main hi-hat goes faster and more trappy. everything about this song is a constant build. Also, big shout out to This Is Torch. This is Torch, and I both did drums on this. He did a lot of the drums. I did a lot of the drums. And that's kind of like, I had done all of the drums initially, and we were just like, something ain't quite right. Let me send it to a drum specialist. So we sent it to Torch, and he murdered it. So we just kind of mixed and matched ideas until it came together. The other thing I wanted to mention before I leave off of the song is the twist lyric at the ending, I think, is an incredibly powerful way to wrap the song up. Listen to how, the song originally says, I would give all I have for those I love. I know that sometimes love ain't enough, something like that. Here's how he twists it.
I always give all I have for what I love, knowing that all I have might not be enough. And the last breath I take might not be enough.
I mean, if you weren't totally hooked on that song at that point, that gotcha. That's just one of those like Taylor Swift twists of the way she can take a story in a different direction right when you least expect it and go like, and the last breath I take might, oh my God, nothing I ever do might ever be that's a whole deeper rabbit hole for me. All right, so that's Cliff Sims, Might Not Be Enough. It's dropping Friday. Please stream it, playlist it, like it, share it with your friends. It's a super, super dope song. He's a brilliant songwriter, brilliant singer. And this is his third single. It comes out Friday. He's also the same artist that me and Michael Moss did the Christmas song with last year. Never Seen a White Christmas. I never seen a white Christmas, I always. That's Cliff Sims, and that's the first song that me and Michael Moss worked on together before Obscene Steelers became a thing, and that song helped Obscene Steelers start collaborating. That's how me and Michael kind of started collaborating on Obscene Steelers. So thank you, Cliff Sims. Thank you, Michael Moss. And boom, there you go. What else is on the show? I know I'm running a little bit long. We got Marcus. Okay, I'm going to play Marcus Manderson, which is about 4 minutes long, and then I'm going to send you off with a walk down the beach in Ecuador to say goodnight. Here is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, bringing you the best free reverb plugins. I mean, come on, what? Free reverb plugins, check them out, and then walking on the beach.
What's good? This is Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery, back with another Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment. In this Mixing Night Man of Mystery moment, we're going to talk all about free reverbs that you can use in your music projects, your audio mixing projects, and your music production projects. We're going to start with Convolution XT, free plugin from Avid. Even though it's from Avid, you don't have to use it in Pro Tools. You can use it in other DAWs. For example, you have AAX for Pro Tools, but you also get the VST and AU versions. It is a free reverb from Avid. Definitely check that out. It is also IR reverb, so you can bring in IR from different reverb plugins, and you can load up your own different sounds, and it has some great presets already built in. So that's a great free IR reverb that you can use. Next, we have Dragonfly Reverb. You can check out this suite of plugins, actually this bundle of plugins from Dragonfly. You can get the Dragonfly Plate, Dragonfly Room, Early Reflections, and Hall. So you have these different layers of reverbs that you can use, and it's also available for Linux, Mac OS, and Windows in different formats. So definitely check that out. Next, we have the M Charm Reverb from Melda Productions, or M Charm Verb. You can get this as part of the M Free Effects bundle, the free bundle from Melda Production. And this one is a lush algorithmic reverb based on the M Turbo Reverb. So definitely check out M Charm Verb. Next, we have Oral River. I'm trying to say that Oral River from from Dennis Tihanoff. I'm probably messing up your name, but this is another great reverb plugin that you can download from the KVR Audio website. One note about this one, support for it has been discontinued, but if you can get it to work on your system, it's definitely a great reverb to check out. It's a free algorithmic stereo reverb with 12 variations on early reflections, 5 variations of reverb tails. You can see all the details here, but as I mentioned, the development of the plugin is suspended, but definitely worth checking out if you want to try it on your system. Check that out. You have VST, VST3 available for Mac and Windows devices. Next, we have the Protoverb. I actually was using this for a long time before getting a bunch of other reverbs, but Protoverb is another free one from Yuhi, and you can use that on Windows, Macs, and Linux devices. It is a natural sounding reverb based on a room simulator. It's also not too many knobs and things. You have 3 knobs, so really, really simple, I would say, visually. Here's a note here. The current version of Avid's toolkit for building AAX is not compatible, so keep that in mind. It might or might not work depending on what kind of version you have of Pro Tools, but definitely check it out and see if that works for you. The Protoverb. Next, we have a free light version of a reverb from Cymatics. We have the Space Light reverb plugin. It basically includes 3 powerful reverb modes, tons of unique features. You can also upgrade to a higher end version if you want, but the Space Light reverb is plenty of things to keep you busy for a while, so definitely check out the Space Light reverb from Cymatics. We have the TAL Reverb 4 from the TAL software company. They make a lot of free plugins, so definitely check out all their free plugins, but the Reverb 4 is the 4th generation of their free reverb plugin that is based on a vintage 80s character, so definitely check that out. High plate reverb from TAL. Next, we have Valhalla Supermassive, another great massive reverb for just creating gigantic sounds, like stadium type sounds. This is a really great free reverb. They could probably charge a lot of money for this, but you can create some really massive reverbs, harmonic echo, space sounds using this plugin. Definitely check out the Valhalla Supermassive. They also have some other free plugins that you can use. And next we have VRev 666 from Fuse Audio Labs, which is free as you see there. Another free plugin, another free reverb based on a spring emulation. So you have incredibly rare spring reverb emulation from the 1960s. This VRev plugin from the Fuse Audio Labs. I will include a link again for that one in the Discord. And last but not least, in the free reverb category, we have the Acon Digital Verberate Basic Revolutionary Vivid Hall algorithm for reverb. You get for free plate, room, hall, lush hall. You have those different categories, and then you can adjust the dry wet knob and how much of the reverb is active in your mix. So this is another great one. Again, you also have VST, VST3, and AAX available for both Windows and Mac, or AU plugins for Mac. So definitely check that out. Acon Reverberate Basic. Also, do not discount the reverbs that come built into your DAWs, such as Logic, Cubase's, Pro Tools. They have reverbs built in that are really great and can get the job done for you. So don't always rely on these free or even paid reverbs. There's some great stock reverbs that you can use, or you can layer them. Layer the stock reverbs with a free reverb or a paid reverb. You have so many options there, so definitely check that out. Next month, we're going to get into more free plugins, sort of the best of 2023 free plugins that you can use. We're going to not include the reverb plugins because we just went over those, so that'll save us a category. So stay tuned for end of year sort of free plugin recap. This has been Marcus Manderson with another Mixing Night Mad Mystery Moment. Be safe and be well, everyone. All right. Peace.
All right. Thank you, Marcus Manderson, Mixing Night Man of Mystery. Man, I love your segments. All right. I'm going to serenade you guys out with a walk on the Ecuador beach, but and basically tell you the quick story first. When Lori and I got married, we honeymooned in the Caribbean. It was the first time I had been in the Caribbean. And as we walked the beach as pretty much broke adult individuals, I said to myself, if someday I could possibly work on the beach and just subsistence live, I would be the happiest person ever. So eventually we saved really well and we were able to get Ecuador, and trust me, you got to fly really far away. It's south of the equator, so there's a reason we had to go that far, and price was one of the big ones. But I have a great studio down there. We have a nice big place down there. It's right on the beach. It's protected. This beach, Ecuadorians don't, like the beach in town is crowded on weekends, but we're a little bit out of town. And the beach out by us, if you walk 3 miles down the beach and you've seen 3 people, you've seen a lot of people. And that might be fishermen and surfers, and that's it. So anyway, Ecuador has really become just a complete sanctuary for me. And I used to go down 5 or 6 times a year. Pandemic, I didn't go for about a year and a half, and then I was there once, and I just got down again right before AES, and I did this little time lapse of a walk down the beach for about 1.5 miles. So I'm gonna roll you guys out with a little trip down my beach in Ecuador. So enjoy.
Unintended consequence of loving with abandon. Reckless choices made without a hint of inhibition. Yeah. Shot to the heart like a needle, always under my skin. When you pull out, I miss the pain until you push back in. There's an unexpected innocence in letting all your walls down. Yeah, the flood can be too much. I'm underwater, under you now. Shot to the head like a barrel, always at my tempo, begging you to pull my trigger, let me die in your arms.